Okay, hello YouTube. This is Kevin from FlighSim, and today we're going to pick up from where we left off. We're at Davis Island Airport, runway 22 in Tampa, flying the Cessna 17. Oh no, this is the 152. Sorry. You can tell by this old design. Oh, I dropped my pen on the floor. Let me get that. Okay. And we're going to fly around Tampa again. Maybe fly over the beaches and just show a little bit more scenery of Microsoft FlighSim. So this is going to be just a nice relaxing ride, flying around, taking a look at the scenery. Flew over the beaches the other day and it was pretty impressive. Grab something out of this back box here. Okay. So those of you who are familiar with this area, let me lean up here a little bit. Let's try to set up a little bit. This is a Mcdale that we're getting ready to fly over here. Definitely a restricted area. Couldn't be doing this in a real plane. There it is right there, Mcdale Air Force Base. That is one big runway right there. Take my flaps all the way up. There we go. I'll try to get up maybe to about 1500. Bring it back a little bit. So this is really, I think, where the game starts to shine. Is, you know, you get up around that 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 feet, at least in the Florida area. Let me trim it out here so we don't go flying all over the place. When you look at that scenery, that is just where it really comes alive. Everything's down there. Every house, fly over your house if you pick it up. Pretty much everything in most of the world, most parts of the world, they've recreated it using AI, machine learning. Kind of like how Google Earth does it with Google Maps and Google Earth, you know, via satellite photos. And so the computers and the algorithms they have set will rebuild all the houses and everything that's depicted using polygons and go as far as recreating the roofs and everything into actual polygon-shaped buildings with textures. It's very impressive. This 152 is so nice to fly. I'm really thinking this is one of my favorite planes in the game. It's my go-to. I've been flying it more probably than anything else. It is a slow plane. I mean, we're going about 100 knots, but gaining a little altitude. But it's just so smooth and it flies so well. I'm just always amazed when I look out the window and just see everything. It's just still, I've been flying it now for probably 2 weeks, I think. Week and a half. I just can't get enough. It's that good. Oop. I had to set up in my chair there. So I'm using the TrackIR system, which is a head tracking system. You can check it out. TrackIR. It's a little thing you put on your headset and it tracks you. And then so you can just use your head to look around the cockpit, look up. And it locks right here in the center, so if you notice when I turn, it kind of stops in the center. So it slows down the motion right about here. But it's cool because when you're coming in for a landing, like if you're used to flying and you're using the toggle switches, like on a keyboard, you do this kind of thing. You know, you're used to looking around like this. The different views. God, this is such a good cockpit. Look at this. It's so good. You know, you could just lean forward now. And like when I want to do a radio, I just lean forward. And I can, you know, change the radio. Change an OBS for my heading. My VOR indicators. But what's really nice about it is when you're coming in for a landing and you're looking over at your left wing there, you can't see anything because you're banked like this at an angle. You can kind of peek around, you know, and look. Your head can't go past this window though. That's about, oh no, it can, look at that, yeah. So it used to stop. I don't know why it's going through, but it would stop right there at the window. But that's probably one of the best things, is that being able to peek around and see the runways and look up. You can even look over into the passenger side. So this is St. Petersburg we're coming up on. And that's, nose down a little bit. That's Albert Whitted Field right there in St. Pete. It's a quick flight on 152. Oh, you know, another thing I notice is if we can make it over there, but over there in that direction is where the Sunshine Skyway Bridge is. And the bridge is there, however, it is not the real Skyway Bridge. That was another little thing that I noticed that kind of, it's hard to say let the wind out of the sails, but if you're so familiar, it's a beautiful bridge, and I'm hoping they'll probably recreate that at some point, because it looks like just a flat, low bridge. It's a really big bridge. But I'm sure one day they'll probably put that in. Maybe not a person per se, but maybe the algorithm will redraw it. So there's Albert Whitted. We're getting a wind gust or something. So those of you who are familiar with the St. Pete area, or if not, this little island that we're coming up on over here is Fort DeSoto item, and then Egmont Key way out there off to it, and then you got St. Pete Beach, and it goes up to all the other beaches all the way up to Clearwater. So like Reddington, Treasure Island, Madeira, Sand Key, Clearwater, Indian Rocks. I think I might have already said Indian Rocks, but tell me that doesn't look real. I have to lean up to do this, so I'm kind of arching. But look at that. I mean, that's like really flying over St. Pete for any pilots that have been over this flight. I mean, it is worth getting if you're a pilot. So, you know, I am I say training pilot. I mean, not necessarily taking the courses yet, but I definitely want to get my license. And you know, I've been flying flight sims since the beginning. Microsoft FlightSim 1 back in, I think it was 83, 84 when it came out. And I was just a kid. But, you know, my dad had a Cessna 172, so as a kid I would go up flying, and it just really was ingrained in me. I just loved it. Loved it from an early age. But so now on here, I have been practicing ILS approaches using the Nav 1 or Nav 2 radio, whichever one you want to tune in. Turn the Nav radio over here, and then you can do some ILS approaches. So great for IFR, it's just fantastic. And then a lot of VOR training. So I've been doing a lot of flying in South Florida, going to, well, everywhere, really just flying everywhere. But you know, you pick up VORs, put them in, and then use the nav radios to guide you. So, and even in an old plane like this, I really think it's hard to get lost. You know, even for a kind of a new pilot, which I definitely say I am. I mean, I've flown several real planes, but I've never taken on the task of the true navigator or true radio communications. And I just signed up for Pilot Edge, which is a real ATC program for FlightSim. And you can use that on any flight sim. It can be X-Plane, the old Microsoft FlightSim X, or this new one. But instead of flying around in kind of a, I don't know, say vacuum here, but with no real people talking on the radios, the Pilot Edge gives you the real ATC training that you need, because it's real air traffic controllers, and you have to be on the radio and do the real thing. So there's the Skyway. Over there you can, yeah, I mean, if it were the real bridge, you would see it's a really tall towering bridge. So it's there, it's just not the real bridge. Let's see here, we're coming over Fort DeSoto. Let's fly over some of the beaches. So to get your training, if anybody is on the fence about getting a flight simulator to do training, it is pretty much as real as it gets. Now is the time to, I think, dive into it, because it is just incredible. Get yourself a inexpensive flight yoke and rudder pedals. And again, for training purposes, you can get on the Pilot Edge network. I think they offer it's a 14-day trial. That's the one I signed up for, so it's free. You don't even have to put in a credit card. And you can get on there and talk to real ATC. I actually will probably be posting a video of that pretty soon. I'm getting ready to do a flight in Washington, and I'm going to record it all. I am not used to talking on the radios though, so it's going to be very weird. Oh, that's the Don Cesar right there. That big building right there below the wheel right now. It's a beautiful old historic hotel. Florida beaches, we come up here all the time. We live in North Tampa, so this is a little bit of a drive. Not much, 30, 35 minutes, something like that. It's not too bad. Especially when you have this. It's like living in paradise all the time. And great fishing. Coming up on John's Pass right here. So this is Treasure Island. Then I think this is Reddington. It's either this side, Reddington, Treasure Island. I don't know. This whole area is a Treasure Island area. This is John's Pass. My uncle has a boat over here. I think it's called the John's Pass Marina. It's about right here. I'll point it out when we get closer. Then we'll go out under the bridge and then go out about, I don't know, 15 miles out. Do grouper fishing. Gosh, it's so crazy. Everything is so real. It's been to so many of these places, all up and down here. Now that's the thing about it. Everything's here. If you, no matter where you live. I mean, if you're in Iowa, you're in Nebraska, you're in Texas. I mean, you can fly over your house everywhere. Everything's here. If you want to go places you've never been, you get in the FlighSim. Fly around. I've never been to the Grand Canyon, but I took off out of, I think it was Sedona, and then flew probably about an hour north, a little northwest, and went all the way to the Grand Canyon. That was absolutely amazing. Yeah, so this is John's Pass Marina right here. And actually, his boat would be like right around here somewhere in this marina. It's pretty cool, just straight out. Hooters right there, and you see the red gators on the pass. Indian Rocks Beach is coming up. That's the only pass you can get to. Then you have to go all the way up to Sand Key, which, let's see, go up. And it's probably maybe like right there. So the only two way, like if you lived anywhere in here, you have to go all the way up here, or all the way back there to get out to the Gulf. So it's a long boat ride. Yeah, we're coming up on Indian Rocks. This is where we typically come to stay at the beach. I mean, if you know Florida and you fly around here and you haven't been playing flight sim, tell me this is not exact. I mean, it's so funny. It's like it's real. It's so good. Oh no, it's not this bridge, it's the next bridge. That's gotta be this one here. So you come across Ulmerton. That's probably it. Let's see what I'm doing. Uh-oh, low on fuel. I'm getting low. There's so many airports around here, it's not a... Oh, is that why my flaps are down? I was wondering why I was going, kind of oscillating, going slow. It's hard to trim out there for a while. Reduce power and drop a couple 100 feet. Look at that, the sun setting. I can't get any lower. Oh, no. That's the bridge right there. That's where Ulmerton comes over. Yeah, because there's that big hotel. I gotta fly over here to see this. So the Don Cesar is the real Pink Hotel. It's a really old, nostalgic, grand hotel. But this little building here, that's it right there. My girls call it the Pink Hotel because it is a pink hotel, but we usually stay right there. $100 a night, right on the water. Can't beat it. $100 a night. And right across the street from Krabby Bill's right there. Throttle back up. Yeah, so you can enjoy the beach all day. If you have a boat, go out fishing, and then come back, shower up, and then go right across the street for a great dinner. And you know, Krabby Bill's is always good. And they have a fantastic breakfast. It's like one of the best breakfasts I've ever had, actually. If you go to any restaurant, they just kill it. I'd go there just for the breakfast. This is coming up on Clearwater now. So that was Indian Rocks. We flew from all the way to the end of St. Pete there. And now we're coming up on Clearwater. Clearwater Beach. This is probably Bel Air. We'll hit the Sand Key Bridge. And then Clearwater, so it's probably up there where those bigger buildings are. And then we'll cut across to, I think it's called the Clearwater St. Pete Airport, and land, because this fuel is getting low. Look at this little 152. Just cruising. Got this thing trimmed out. We are moving. Yeah, so the Sandkey Bridge, interestingly enough, is not there. It should be right there connecting those two islands. So that has to be put in, I guess. Or maybe, am I below it? Or I mean above it? I didn't see it. Well, this is definitely Clearwater here. Let me just take a quick turn here. I want to see if that bridge is there. Oh, I must have been right over it. There it is. Okay, so I was over it. My bad. Let's do some acrobatics in this one. Okay. Let's see where this airport is up here. I think it's over on this side. So, I hope you liked the flight. I know that was kind of not really much of anything, but just a little flight around Tampa, St. Pete area, Clearwater. A lot of looking around. But I'm going to do a, not really like a cross-country, but kind of like a first solo flight, again with the Pilot Edge soon. So I'm going to post that when I get it done. I'm really nervous because the live ATC, you have a lot of professional, a lot of beginner pilots, but a lot of real pilots that are in there. There's a lot of schools that sign up with that do training, and so if you're going through flight school and you've got the jitters on talking, this is definitely something to get on. You can check it out. I think it's pilotedge.net, I believe. You just search for Pilot Edge and it'll show it. But all of your radio communications have to be legit or they will call you out. Yeah, I'm getting a crosswind like crazy here. Okay, so let's see what... So this is how you do it on the sim now. So you would basically open up the terminal here, do nearest airport, St. Pete, Clearwater, K-Pi, so 2, Tune Tower, and then request full stop landing for
Tower Cessna November 1969er is 5 miles northwest with golf to land.
Cessna November 1969er Tower. Fly left traffic runway 36 left. Altimeter 29er.9er 2 and 275 at tree.
Fly left downwind runway tree 6 left Cessna 9er 69er.
Okay, so I got the clearance. Although he said fly left downwind. So I don't know if I'm coming in from the right. Right side on the downwind leg, but we'll line up for runway tree 6.
Cessna 9er 69er cleared to land runway tree 6 left. Wind 275 at tree.
Cleared to land runway tree 6 left Cessna 9er 69er.
Still a little. I think this one's 3.6. I'm way too close, but I think there's a long threshold there. So we're coming in super high, but that's alright. That's not really alright, but we'll make it at least. It's a big runway.
Cessna 9er 69er contact ground on ONE 21.9er.
121.9er for Cessna 9er 69er.
Oh.
Ground Cessna November 19er 69er taxi to parking.
Cessna November 19er 69er taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway cross runway 27 Bravo.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway cross runway 27 Bravo Cessna 9er 69er.
Gosh, I missed those exits. I gotta go all the way down to the end. That landing was embarrassing too. Alrighty, well, at least we made it on the ground. Any landing's a good landing. Alrighty, everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.